Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Jack. He lived with his mother in a tiny cottage. They were poor, and all they had left was a cow named Bessie. Well, Jack, we have nothing left to eat. Please take the cow to market to sell so we have some money to buy food.
Yes, Mom, I will.
Though he did not want to sell his cow, Jack knew what he had to do. Like all good children who do what their parents ask of them, Jack started down the road to the market. Along the way, he met a man.
Hello, where are you going with that fine-looking cow?
I must sell her for money to buy food.
I have no money, but I do have something better. These magic beans.
Magic?
Yes, magic. Plant them tonight, and in the morning there will be a huge beanstalk that reaches the clouds.
Jack knew what his mother would say, but he traded the cow for the beans anyway.
Mother, you will never believe it. Look at these magic beans I traded for Bessie.
Oh, Jack, there's no such things as magic beans. Now we have nothing to buy food with. Go to bed. We have no supper either.
Yes, Mother.
The next morning, Jack woke up to the sound of his grumbling stomach. He went into the backyard where he saw a tall beanstalk that had grown overnight.
Mother, they really were magic beans.
Jack, what are you yelling about? Jack, they really were magic beans.
I'm going to climb this beanstalk and see where it goes.
Do be careful, Jack. You are all I have left. When Jack got to the top of the beanstalk, he found a giant castle. There was a woman inside.
Hi, I'm Jack. Do you have anything I can eat?
Yes, come in, but if my husband sees you, he will eat you instead.
Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll eat him with some bread.
Quick, hide, Jack! Don't be silly, dear. Just count your gold.
After counting his gold, the giant fell asleep, and Jack ran off with the gold and climbed back down to go home.
Mother, look at the gold I brought back. We have enough money for food now. I will go back tomorrow and see what else I can find.
That gold belonged to your father. The giant stole it from him years ago. Just be careful, Jack. Over the next few days, Jack returned to the castle. The next time, he stole a goose that laid golden eggs. Hello, Jack. You better be careful. The giant lost his golden goose that lays the golden eggs. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. I'm hungry. Can I come in?
Of course you can. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll eat him up with some bread. Don't be silly, dear. Here, play your harp. Just as before, Jack hid and waited for the giant to fall asleep. But this time, the giant only pretended to fall asleep. Master, quick! Someone is trying to take me. Jack ran as fast as he could, with the giant following quickly behind. Jack scrambled down the beanstalk as quickly as he could.
Quick, Mother, take this harp. Now give me the axe.
Hurry, Jack! Jack chopped as fast as he could until the beanstalk and the giant both fell to the ground. Jack and his mother lived happily ever after.
Well, now that you've watched our Jack and the Beanstalk story presentation, we hope you all have will pick up a kit from one of your local library branches. And in your kit, which comes in this lovely green bag, you are going to receive this nice, handy, soon-to-be a garden, and a bag with some beans and pellets and planting instructions, along with a little information telling you that these trays were provided by our local family fair, so shout out to family fair, yay. And what I'm going to do is just walk you through what you're going to need, so when you get ready to take and plant your own magical beanstalk, be sure you have some water, and take your tray out. And then you're going to take these pellets, as they're called, and we're going to take and put approximately a half a cup of water per pellet. So if we have 4, that would be 2 cups. We're going to do some math. So we'll pour that in. And then you're going to wait for them to expand, which they don't take very long to do. And then you'll see I've kind of pulled this off. You can see there's like a netting on it. And we're just going to take and pull that back on the top so we can kind of get at the actual, this is like soil to start growing things in. So we'll just kind of pull that back. Like that. And I will warn you, it is dirt, so you're going to get a little dirty, so don't wear your best clothes. And there we go. Just pull those back like that. Now, these pellets, as they expand, they're going to get a little softer, and then you're just going to like gently fluff the top of the pellet. It's basically just loosening up the soil is what it's doing. So it's kind of, it's looser. If you can, you see that? Like once again, just leaving them in the water. And then we've included some seeds for you. And these are magical seeds. I'm not going to tell you. Hopefully you'll find some golden coins or some of the other wonderful things that you learned about in the story that we had with Jack and the Beanstalk. And you're just going to place those right on the pellets. And the softer the pellets get, so you're going to actually probably be smarter to put your water in and then wait for a while and come back to it, because the pellets are going to have to soften up enough that you can actually put the seeds right in the pellets, like literally like you're putting them in the dirt, but in this pellet. And once that's done, then you'll take some of the loose stuff that you use to fluff. It's called peat. That's actually what that is. And you'll cover up the seeds. And then you're going to take this nice dome that came with the tray, fit it nicely on there. And you may have to drain off some of the water you put on, because you just want enough, you put that much water in to begin with so that the pellets will soak the water up and loosen up all that hard peat. But once that begins to happen and your seeds are in there, just make sure you take the water out, drain it out, dump it. If you're outside, that's perfect. You can dump it on the ground. Otherwise, you know, dump it in the toilet or the sink, whichever is closer and mom and dad are okay with you dumping it into. And then just put that lid on there securely. And now, I bet you're thinking, oh, where would I put these to grow? I bet you think in the sunshine. But when you first begin, you don't want them in direct sunshine. So don't put them right in a sunny windowsill when you first start these. You actually are just maybe going to want to put them, for instance, we have shelves here that aren't sunny. So I would just take this and put it out of the way so it doesn't get knocked over. I would just put it up there. And then in 2 to 3 days' time, you're going to start to see the magic begin. And as the magic begins, that is when you'll move your tray to a nice sunny spot where there's lots of sunshine. And then the plants, your beanstalk is going to begin to grow. And as they grow, you might need to take and put a little, as you see the pellets turn back to the brown that they looked more like when you first get them, like this, instead of the dark brown that they are when they're wet. Sorry about that. So as they start to dry out, when they look more like this instead of like this, you're going to want to add some more water to your tray. But otherwise, don't overwater them because the seeds will actually rot, and that's not fun. But just keep it covered. Like I said, after the seeds start sprouting in a few days, put them into a sunny spot. And then from there, as they begin to reach the top of the tray, you might actually want to put them in a larger pot, and they won't need to be covered any longer, but they will need a little sunshine and a little water, because that's what plants need to grow. And then, if you would be so, if it's okay with mom and dad, If you could send us pictures of you and your magical beanstalk to the following email address, send those pictures to this address. We would love to see what you've grown and share it with us, and especially if you happen to find a golden goose, we'd really love to have the goose that lays the golden eggs. So anyway, so hopefully you'll enjoy making this. Hopefully you enjoyed our production of Jack and the Beanstalk. Thank you.